All right, I have them signed, so I'll return my packet back up to City Hall this morning.
Okay, who approved it? Who motioned it, made the motion?
I made a motion to approve.
Okay,
And then I second.
And Mike
Okay.
Kuchary seconded it.
Seconded it.
Seconded it. So the first item is 2488 Fenwick.
Good morning, gents. How are you?
Good morning.
And how are
Good
you?
morning.
It's Nilsa for Platinum Garages. So for Mr. Mahoney or Mr. Mahoney, not sure, I've gotten both ways of saying his last name. We are gonna demo and rebuild a 22 by 22 detached garage.
Mhm.
It's gonna be reverse gable just as the house with a 412 pitch. On Friday, he decided that we're just gonna go with an all white. He wasn't sure on the siding, but he is gonna go all white with a white door, white trim. He is going to kind of go with the white just because of the addition that he has in the back of the house. And he's gonna get carriage lights on the front of the garage, on either side of the door. And he decided to add Stockton windows to the garage door as well. The Stockton windows, they have the grids in them, kind of to mimic what the addition in the back of the house has.
This was the,
Oh, excuse me.
that's the existing, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Hey,
The trim on
Bless
the
you.
house is white, isn't it? Like the trim on the front windows, that's all white.
Yes, that's white.
Addition is white.
Mhm.
And so the gutters and downspouts and everything will just be white.
White, correct.
The shingles will match the house.
Correct. They're gonna be a Harvard slate. They match exactly what's on the house.
oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
That's you.
Thank
Good thing we're doing this through Zoom. I don't want to catch what you have, Mike.
you. Right. Let me know if I need to wear a mask. If everybody's uncomfortable with this, I will. Thank you.
I think this looks fine. I don't have any concerns with this. I like that you reverse the roof to match the house.
Yeah, I like it too.
You're really putting a pull down ladder in this?
They want a storage space for the top, and he didn't want to have to put up a ladder every time he wanted to put something up there. So he wants to pull down, just so he can just like go up and push everything up in there.
Does this have a Oh, I see what you're saying. Got it.
It's a good
All right,
idea.
so there's no ceiling or anything else like that. So he's not going to be up in the truss spaces. He just wants to get up there to.
Exactly.
Got it.
Okay.
Interesting.
I
concept.
will make a motion to approve as presented.
I'll second.
who seconded that?
Me.
Richard did.
Okay.
Thank you so much, folks. Have a
All
great
right.
day. Happy holidays.
Happy
The lady from Platinum, sorry, I don't know your name for the minutes.
It's Nilsa Carrero.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, 2316 Leomont. And with us is Jonathan.
Yes, Jonathan Paul Fleming, architect.
Okay.
You want to tell us what's going on with this project?
Sure. So this is a existing colonial residence there on Vermont, and essentially what's happening is there's a rear addition going on to the back, which is going to use the existing footprint of a porch and current sort of addition off the back. And this would add a second story to that and kind of take all of that space in as what is currently being used as a small office and also a new kitchen or expansion of the kitchen space. So the upstairs would be 2 additional bedrooms and a new bath. And then there'll be renovations to bathrooms and that sort of thing throughout the house, some new flooring, things like that. So it's just a shed roof off the back of the dormer structure, running kind of almost a little bit, about halfway up the roof structure, kind of off at a lower pitch. And it's essentially what we're doing. In terms of material finishes on the exterior, the lower level at the moment is we were planning to do cedar, and you can see sort of special detail there. And then the upper and the rest of the house, actually, the owner would like to change the color from white to a much darker gray color with black shutters to the front.
Hey, we saw a sneak peek of this last month, right? Didn't you bring a model of this?
That's correct. Yeah, I have it here if you want to take a look.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this looked familiar, and I was wondering, I was gonna ask if we had a sneak peek.
We also approved their garage last time.
The model's white, but decisions have been made. I'm sorry, pardon?
We approved their garage last time, I believe, as well, right? And weren't they getting a new garage?
That's
too?
correct. Yes.
Now, is the garage going to match the house? Because I think it was presented last time the garage was going to match the house. So hopefully they're changing the color of the garage to match. I guess it's my only comment on that.
I think the garage hasn't been started yet. Certainly, if you want it to be changed to match the house's color, we could kind of have maybe them review that. But they want to make the house is in the dark gray is the intent.
Okay.
Just the addition part, the second floor addition, correct?
They're here in the meeting. Steve, the
Yeah,
Steve Ansbury
yeah.
is in the meeting.
So you're saying the
Hi, can you hear
second
me?
floor?
I can hear you, Steve.
Yeah,
Welcome.
good morning,
Yes, we can
everyone.
hear you.
Yep, Steve Ansbury. So 2316, as Jonathan mentioned, and you guys did approve the garage. They actually came and, removed the old concrete yesterday. But in regards to, the color, the garage color will eventually match the house. It's the plan that the lower level will stand out a bit. It'll be a different color, but then the garage and the whole house will be the same color.
Okay.
So the only thing that'll be a different color will be, the new add-on on the first floor in the rear,
Sure.
which will be the kitchen and the office.
What color would that be? That cedar, would it be like a natural stain or?
That I don't think we've
Yeah,
decided yet.
the intent is.
Jonathan,
Yeah.
go ahead, Jonathan.
Yeah, our intent was a natural stain based on the renderings that we were doing and things like that. But I defer to the Ansburys for that final decision.
Yeah, no, we like that. It would be something natural, a natural stain.
I mean, so the
We're good with
idea is kind of to I'll just say mimic kind of the stone that's on the front of the house, right?
That's correct.
Yep.
And are the shingles of your existing house slate, or those? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's a
those are-
slate roof, and we've actually had a few contractors come out recently, and actually Rustic Slate was out yesterday, and it's in pretty bad shape, the slate. So I think when the plan is now, and this is a new development, is that once the addition goes on, is that we'll go to shingles, and the new addition roof and the existing will then be one and match, because the slate's going to be too much to maintain over the course of time.
That's exactly where this question was leading.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the bad slate. It's the Pennsylvania one that I guess is softer, and he just said they don't even make it anymore, and we just didn't. Unfortunately, we didn't get the good version of it, because I hate to lose the slate roof, but
Good decision. Pennsylvania black. I had to get rid of it on
Yeah.
my roof too. It's not worth
I know.
the expense long term.
That's a bummer, though.
Mhm.
All right,
Yeah, it
so
looks great. From the photo. So your
there's
window,
oh,
are
sorry,
the windows going to remain white then?
The what?
What was that?
The windows, the existing windows, are they going to remain white that I see on the front?
So yes,
So-
as of now, I know we haven't decided what we're going to do in the back. I know we threw around throwing black, the black trim in the back. Obviously, that's dependent on timing and when we can get materials. But I think over the course of time, we will end up replacing the front windows as well. So as of now, yes, they'll remain white. The back is likely to either be white or black. I guess we haven't figured that out quite yet.
I think from what we were planning relative to the renderings that we've been generating, the frames would be changing to a darker color, and then the sashes would not. They would remain white, because painting those has in some cases renders warranties no longer valid and that sort of thing.
Can you tell me briefly about the back-to-back closets on the back of the house where the wall kind of comes into that window in the middle? Just out of my
So-
curiosity, what are you doing?
Yeah, so we can either bring that wall to the mutton bar that comes through using a thinner plywood panel, or we've discussed the prospect of using a dummy with a shutter instead of a full window in that position,
I mean, I like the window in the
or
middle.
just a darkened out window. We could also darken out the window so we don't see it.
Yeah, I like the window there too. So,
I do too, and I was just debating whether you do that or you do a double window, one in each closet, so it's a double window with a mull in the middle. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, we studied that spot quite a bit. And I guess what I would say is that in terms of the type and the sort of the Garrison colonial kind of look, that single window is definitely kind of the I guess the standard in a sense.
Yeah, no,
and
yeah.
So we can definitely do something that either conceals the fact that it's into two different spaces, or just runs right through on the half-inch, it's probably a 7/8 inch mutton bar that'll be running down, so it can pretty readily take a plywood piece that slips in against it, or even a glass piece that might slip in against it to separate the two closets.
Okay.
so if the roof gets replaced, what color shingle would it be? Black or like a slate color gray?
Yeah, whatever it'll be, it'll match obviously the garage, which is, getting put on to match the existing slate at this point. So yeah, like either a dark gray or a black.
Do we have you don't have a final color palette? That's the word I was looking for yet then, correct? and basically materials either.
No, we, I think we learned, I think we do, the wall siding, the siding is intended to be hardy board because they are working to secure financing through the Restoration Society. So vinyl is a little bit of a question.
Yeah.
And then, so that would be on the addition. And then we've just learned about the roofing color here, or as far as material goes, that the slate wouldn't hold up. So, or is too old to continue to hold up, I guess. So cedar on the lower level is a shiplap. The existing stone is on the front. And I think everything else on the drawings is pretty accurate. Most of those, yeah. I think the roofing is a change from what's in the drawings.
Yeah.
I have one more question. The two rear bedroom windows, they have 4 mutton lights across the width of them, and all the rest of the house has 3. Are those slightly wider windows? They just look like narrower windows.
They are for egress reasons. Yeah, those are larger windows on the basis of the egress.
Okay.
How about the windows in the kitchen? Are those casement or those double hung?
Those are casement.
Mike and Richard, are you okay with the mutton pattern in those?
Yeah, I'm okay with the mutton pattern in those because it's like a different piece of the house that's kind of inserted underneath. I guess I would make the window muttons and the French doors bigger squares maybe, so that everything in that cedar area has like bigger chunks of glass and looks a little bit more modern. That was my thought looking at it. I don't mind the kitchen being different than the rest.
Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't sure about the, do you do the windows with the French doors or the French doors to kind of match the windows of the kitchen? God, the lighting in here is awful.
I would say the French doors would just have like less panes in it, just bigger squares to mimic the rectangles of the kitchen casements. I like the idea of the natural wood base on this. I think it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I do too.
The massing of it. And we saw that in the model last time. I liked it. It's an interesting, simple but artistic approach to adding on, what is kind of a larger box.
Good work, Jonathan.
Thanks.
I don't have any other questions about it.
No. Mike, you guys want to see a color palette when it's a final color palette? I mean, I think it's fine the way it is, but just for...
I like the way it was described. I mean, I'm fine with the gray and the black shutters. I think just if you guys could just make sure that everything pulls together. The garage matches the house. Understanding that you're doing fiber cement on the house. It looks like you're doing like a narrower clapboard. At least that's the way it's drawn. 4-inch exposure. I think if we could
That's correct.
I think if we could just get like a list of your colors.
The total intent is to make sure that it looks okay.
So I guess, Mike, what you're asking is like, should we just ask for like a more formalized list of the colors? Because I know we've been talking through it. It all sounds good to me. And there's obviously variables. You can't paint the existing windows. But just just kind of write down what you're doing in each part of the house. So like the fronts would be, the new fiber cement
Yeah, I can-
siding, but you're keeping the white windows, but the shutters are going to black, but the trim's gonna match the siding or whatever you guys just end up doing. Just so that we have like
Yeah.
a record of it.
Sure. So I guess what I'm hearing is that I guess everything looks good. It's just, subject to, us coming back to you with, this is what the whole house is going to look like color wise.
Yeah,
Top, bottom, back, trim, everything, doors, you name it.
right.
Yeah, and I don't think you need to come back. I think
You don't
this
have to
is-
come back, right? I would
Right.
just
So
submit like an email to the building department. They could just
Yeah.
forward it to us, just so we could say, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You don't have to,
Okay.
you don't have to represent it to us.
Yeah, it could be an 8.5 by 11, something that just could be like stapled to, one of these sheets, that's all. So it's just right there and just
Perfect.
a narrative, simple as that.
It'll just force you guys to think through it.
yeah, we can.
Great.
So that-
Perfect.
I think it looks like a nice project. I'm excited
We
about it.
We're
Yeah.
super excited. So hopefully it goes well. Yeah.
Right, so do you guys want to, Richard and Mike, should we make a motion?
Let's do it.
You want me to do it, or or Mike, you want to do it?
Go ahead, because I'm,
I'll make a motion
go ahead.
to approve as submitted with the stipulation that they're gonna follow up with a list of color palette and materials.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I just didn't know if you wanted to add anything about the French doors and the.
Yeah, I
glass.
would say just study that French door white pattern, just maybe bigger squares of glass might tie in with those kitchen windows better in that special zone of cedar on the first floor. That was my other comment.
Yeah.
Not a mandatory.
Yeah,
thing.
we could have,
Look at.
yep, we'll look at that with Jonathan and have him come back with something. But yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, cool. So I guess I'll second the motion, Richard.
Nice project.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you guys. Good luck with
Thanks,
everything.
guys.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Take care.
Thank
Good
you.
holiday. Thanks, Jonathan.
All right, next item,
Thank you, Steve. Mary,
2359 Miramar.
Hi,
Hey, Diane.
Hello.
we have two people. Jessica Powell is also, I think she is on the call. Is
Yep, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
I see Jessica Powell. How are you?
Hi, Mike.
Oh,
Molly, do you want to explain what we're doing?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, 1 second here.
I'm happy to if you weren't ready.
That's okay.
Yeah,
We
but I'm patient for
are doing a kitchen renovation for 2359 Miramar. And this is a really, really small kitchen. And it is a family of 4 children and 2 adults. And they've just been utilizing this space in a really terrible way. It's just the original layout. It's not functional. So in order to elevate the space, we are proposing to fill this window to allow a range on this wall. And we do have a really great brick match. The kitchen actually has a ton of natural light, and I would say for the space, almost an abundance of window. And the window that we are proposing to close actually just looks directly into their neighbor's house. So the view is not great anyway. So it's also, it might be nice for privacy as well.
The current kitchen is really only those 2 windows, the one on the driveway side and the one closest to the corner on the back elevation. What we're doing is opening it up to that bay window, which is a breakfast nook right now. And right now the breakfast nook and the kitchen are equally sized. So we're doubling the footprint of the kitchen and we're short on wall space.
So we're just bricking in the window then.
We are.
We're just gonna tooth it in.
Tooth it in.
This thing.
Yep.
And you said you found a match that matches this brick.
Yes.
Yes.
Mike, before we tooth it in, here's my question. Do you want to tooth it in or
Mhm.
set it back just a half inch?
Half
So,
inch.
yeah,
It's a
so
blind
you
window.
still have that window recess a little bit because you're still going to have the brick. There's a brick sill out there too.
Mhm.
There's currently a brick sill.
Yeah.
Which I think the plan would be to take that off and then it would just be seamless.
Okay.
Typically, that's what we do is just create basically our goal whenever we're doing a fill is just to our masons are pretty incredible and they can do a really good grout match for this specific project. I know we would be adding some sand and things like that to try to match the grout exactly. We did do a sample test and feel confident that we could do it in a way that it would look seamless, but we're open to, recessing it a bit or whatever you feel is
Yeah.
best.
Like I had the same thought process. I mean, it's one thing when you fill it in and you can't tell it was ever there, but if you fill it in, it's like, oh, look, they filled in the old window location there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's almost better to go ahead and, I was going with like, do you create like a garden niche or something, a niche there that, you could do something decorative and kind of enhance the space or.
There's already like a flower box there.
And that's kind of where this was leading. Do you try to tooth it in, try to match the brick and the mortar, or recess it back a little bit, keep the sill, keep the window box, and put a gargoyle head in the middle?
Yeah.
I'm just spitballing here. So that's kind of where I'm asking the question. If you guys feel confident that you could remove all that, tooth it in, match the brick, match the mortar, have at it. I mean, kind of a.
I can go either way too. Like I do kind of like the memory of seeing the old window and then the brick pushed in and making it a feature on the outside. Could be
Right.
kind of
I mean, I
fun.
still like the window box. I mean,
Yeah, me too. Pretty.
Their plantings are amazing. It's a really cute house and she does a beautiful garden. So my
looks like
thought
it.
is that wall will have something, however we do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Mike and Richard's thoughts on the recessing sound interesting to me because I don't know, it kind of creates a little bit of architecture still there, and you can still match it. But I guess I would leave it. Let you guys decide what you think would be best for that.
Okay, that's great.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it comes down to how successful you think you will be with matching it and making it go away. And I think it's with an older home, it gets harder because of the age of the weathering and all that stuff. So, but if in lieu of that, and I would even maybe go one step further is, get like a sandstone or something that it's a high contrast for a recess and kind of create a decorative architectural, moment right there where you could do something kind of cool. So
yeah,
either way.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I was even thinking with the brick, you could potentially do like a basket weave or something in there, something decorative. But yeah, I mean, you got the gargoyles, you got the window box. I figure why not? But anyway.
We'll go back and talk to them, right?
Your call.
We feel really lucky to have gotten a brick match because we've been sitting in front of Shaker, time after time saying we have to do something more creative because we cannot find a brick match.
Yeah.
So I think we've been so excited to have hit it, with this one. But we'll go back and talk to them. They obviously have a good aesthetic eye, the homeowners.
Sure.
So we can talk it through with them.
That's fine. Like I said, it's an option. It's a suggestion. That's all it is.
It's interesting because like whenever I bring stuff to Shaker, they always make me do a recess or something like that because they know it's not going to match.
Oh, do they really?
We're going to bring that up next time. We're going to say, you told us.
But I think it's a good project. So I appreciate you guys coming in front of us and discussing it.
Absolutely.
So I guess I would make a motion to approve breaking up the window, either toothing it in or recessing it back, which sounds like it could be kind of a fun element.
Agree. And I will second.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, nice
Thank
seeing
you
you,
so
Jessica.
Good to see you.
Michael,
Bye,
can I just
bye.
clarify? Was that a motion to approve as,
Yeah,
was there an amendment to it or anything, stipulation?
I was gonna say they could either tooth in the new brick or they could recess the new brick panel back like half of an inch or an inch or whatever they could get to create like a recessed brick panel within the old window opening.
Okay.
And they're gonna
thanks.
go back and discuss it with the homeowner to see what their thoughts were.
Gotcha, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All right,
everybody.
thank you guys.
Happy holidays.
Happy
You
holidays.
too. Stay safe.
All right, that's item 3839 Claridge Oval.
Who is this one?
So we gotta do,
Allie, what you doing?
3839 Claridge Oval. Do we have the people here?
Yes, here. Good morning.
Morning. All right, there you go.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Okay, how are you?
Out on the. So we're looking to build a reverse gable 612 pitch. The colors are going to be white, double 5 vinyl siding. They are going to be changing the looks of the house. I know there's some brown gutter and stuff on it, but they don't like the brown. They're newly homeowners, and we are going to be matching the roof with a charcoal black dimensional shingle.
This is the house where the tree slammed into the garage a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it totally took the whole garage out.
I walked past, I saw that right after it happened. Look,
Yeah, pretty big tree.
this huge tree. Garage is the same size as the old garage? Or is it bigger?
Yes, actually it is. The garage that was existing was actually a pretty big garage. So we are going to be building a 27 by 22.
Is that on the existing slab or are you guys putting in? a
No,
new
we're
slab?
going to be actually removing the old slab and
Starting
bringing
from scratch.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
That says.
White siding. You're showing a paneled garage door with windows in it? Is that?
Yeah. So, yeah, the garage door we're going to be using actually looks like this. I don't know if you can kind of see it.
Yeah, I could kind of see it.
Yeah, raise it up a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's
Okay.
got the panels,
Oh, okay.
the hinges and
Yeah, it's actually a Stockton long panel with it's a ranch style.
ranch panel. Okay.
And the roof pitch is that 812 that I see? So that kind of matches.
No, it's going to be a 612.
612? I think
Yeah.
that's, I can't tell if that's 6 or an 8.
And that'll
You want a little bit of storage room up top.
What is the siding on the house, the green siding? Is that a cedar?
I'm not quite sure, but I do know that they're gonna
Hey,
be-
Joe, it's Diane from the garage.
Diane, mute yourself.
We're in the middle of your meeting.
You need to mute yourself. There you go. Okay.
Muted her.
Thank you.
I do know they're going to be changing the colors of the house. They're not really interested in the brown.
So is the siding right now a gray or is it a brown? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's a brownish.
Kind of hard to tell.
It looks green in this picture, but
And it's a vertical siding, right? Is that like that T111 stuff?
it's like a vertical, and that's what the garage used to have, which I think is kind of cool because it ties it to the house. And where I'm going with this, is there any potential that we can do a vertical siding on the garage?
I know there was no discussion of it. I know they kind of want, a garage that's no maintenance.
Right. Don't we all? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't, so they don't make a vertical vinyl, do they?
Not that I.
Well, they
know of.
do.
Do they?
They do.
Do they?
They
Okay.
do, but it's quite more. It's a lot, actually, very expensive.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't know if I'm going down this road alone.
No, I mean, because that was kind of my thought too. Everything's running vertically, and then now we're doing it horizontally. And I get that. I mean, I don't. And
I mean,
maybe if everything ends up
they're new.
matching, if the garage is, what color do you say the garage is going to end up being?
It's going to be white because they're newly homeowners. They actually bought this house not too long ago.
Right.
And they're going to actually be doing work to the house. I do know they just want to get a garage and kind of adapt the house to the garage. They're not really interested into the dark colors.
Well, the addition on the back too of the house also has the vertical siding, which is, giving me more
Pause. Yeah.
incentive to continue that. I think it's kind of neat because it just, I don't know, it's unique. And it does tie the garage to the house nicely. I don't know.
So are they planning on painting the house? Do you know, Dwayne?
Yes, they are.
Or
And I
the-
do
the
believe they're
siding?
actually looking, they're going to be putting up new gutters, white gutters.
I guess we could make it a recommendation to consider it. I mean, vertical siding.
Where's the site?
I mean, I could bring that up to, I could bring that to the homeowner and just give him some samples and see what he thinks of it.
Yeah. Mike Cato, you're on mute. I don't know if you're saying anything.
Because on the front of the garage, you're really not going to see too much siding because you are going to have an 18-foot garage door and then the service door. So you're really not going to get a whole lot of siding. There'll be a lot of roof. It's a 612 reverse.
Goes back 150 feet-ish anyway.
Well, the old garage was partly brick and partly vertical siding.
Yeah, it did have actually brick on the front columns.
Yeah, and then it had, you can see it in the picture, then the far right, or far right was vertical siding.
What's left of it, you mean?
What's left of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, ideally we usually try to match the house siding with the garage so that they, talk to each other. So it's not like too many different materials. I agree with Richard. I mean, it'd be nice if this was vertical siding, even if it was vinyl siding, if they're turning it white. I was even going to suggest, and maybe it's not a good suggestion, to do white vinyl vertical on the front of the garage. And then if you wanted to flip it to horizontal, like on the back of the garage.
Yeah.
It is kind of a long expanse because the back faces into, there's a fence across the back and where the neighbor's backyard is. So you wouldn't really see the back of it. And maybe the two sides and the front are vertical as a suggestion. Back could be just horizontal vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, I mean, because the thing is, if they're going to paint the existing vertical on the house, I mean, I just don't know if they're going to want to change the direction of the siding on that, if they're trying to change the look of it. I guess that's my only comment on it. I do like the vertical siding too. It is a little bit different. It's a slightly more contemporary look.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind it going to white either, which is, I guess, the only thing we're talking about is the direction of the siding.
Yeah, and if, I guess the other comment there is, if the siding that's on the house, if they don't like that color and they want to paint it, and they don't necessarily want to paint it white, it would be great if they could kind of figure out where they wanted to go with that color now, and then find a siding that matched a vertical siding or vinyl siding that matched that color where they're going to go, so that it all ties together.
Right.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one too, because it's just like, okay, if we go with a white garage, then you're kind of committed to the white. But if somebody changes their mind and says that we want to do an off-white siding or whatever with, you know, like an almond or whatever with white gutters and downspouts, then we're kind of stuck there. So you're right. I mean, there needs to be I think a bit of a commitment on the color palette a little bit here. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And what they're doing with the siding too, like if they're just painting the siding, and we know
Right.
for sure the vertical siding is going to stay there,
Right.
or if they're changing the color and they decide, oh, we may as well side the whole house then with vinyl siding, that
Yeah.
changes it too.
I think it would be interesting to see, you know, something on the darker palette side of both painting the house and the vinyl siding, you know, something a little bit on the darker side. I think it would make for.
Yeah, and that's I was thinking something that was kind of like an almond off-white, something a little tamer, let's just say, you know, just a little slightly muted, maybe muted is a better term.
Yeah.
More of an almond or a mist?
Well, that's kind of what I was imagining, let's just say. But again, I think a lot of it's going to have to depend on what the homeowners are going to commit to as far as a color palette, you know, for the house and the garage. Yeah, I would like to see the vertical siding, you know, and as Mike Cato suggested, at least around the front, and then the rest can wrap, whatever. But I think ultimately the color of the garage and the house need to remain similar, and then I'd be less concerned about the direction of the siding. At least that's my take on the thing. So,
right.
Yeah, it's kind of like to me, it's, are they going to change the siding on the house? Which my gut is saying no, they probably are not going to do that. Which means they're going to just paint it. So I'm suggesting you just figure out what that color that they want to go with now, and then match the garage, and do the vertical siding in the garage, so it all ties together. And maybe it's the palette of available vertical siding colors that helps them make that decision.
Okay. So you don't want them to just go with the direct white. You want some kind of off color, like an almond pearl or a mist or something that gives it a little bit different, like a light gray.
Well, I'm open to any color, but I guess what I'm saying is they need to pick.
What?
They need to pick a color that they're going to commit to painting. I mean, it sounds like they're going to do something to the house, right?
right.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, they're definitely going with the white gutters. They are going to, so I'm sure they're going to go with something a little lighter. I know they were asking me about a grayish garage door, and I kind of said, well, you're about 14 weeks out on that, or 6 weeks.
are the shutters on the house gray?
They're like a dark olive greenish color.
Yeah, I'm getting like a green.
Greenish gray.
Yeah, and they do make a greenish siding color. I know horizontal. I'm assuming that the same palette comes in vertical, but I don't know that.
Yeah, it typically does. You know, white's pretty common.
Yeah. And even if they say we're going to paint the house white with the white gutters and trim, I still think the vertical white siding on the garage is the way to go.
I agree.
On the front.
At least on the front.
Yeah.
I would
Right.
wrap it on the two sides as well and then do horizontal across the back, but that's just me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So I guess what we're saying is we like vertical siding on the garage front, and we like to see this
Side.
as well. And then pick a color that's going to be the same as what they're going to paint the house.
Right.
Yeah, and basically commit to a color palette for the overall house and garage.
Okay.
All right, so how do we make a motion for this, guys?
I can give it a shot.
Give it
Is
a
this
shot.
something I could? Is this something I could just email you? Something like a written signed something
Yeah.
from the homeowner
Yeah.
saying this is the
Yeah.
color they're
Yeah.
going.
Right. You don't have to come back. Just submit like an email or something, just confirming what you're doing color wise or in siding direction wise.
So I'll make a motion to approve as submitted with the following comments, which include orienting the siding vertically on the garage on the front and the two sides. And they can do horizontal siding on the back if they choose. And then the siding on the,
So you want the vertical siding?
what's that?
So you want vertical siding on the both gable sides?
I was thinking, yes, it'd be on the vertical, it'd be on the three sides, the front and then the two sides going back. The back, which is along the fence, could be horizontal siding, which is your longest wall.
And then the color would match
Okay.
to match the house, the final house color.
I have a thought before you, because
Right. Okay.
because Dwayne just kind of opened up an interesting point.
Okay.
Wh- Does it make sense if, because I'm just kind of sketching up, if we go with the vertical siding on the side, maybe what should happen is there's like a band board kind of at the
That's what I was thinking, and
At
just doing
the-
the gable.
doing the gable out of the horizontal siding,
Yeah,
band board at the eave line.
Right.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
Vertical below the grade, and then you could wrap the horizontal on the back. Does that make
Yeah.
sense,
Yeah.
guys?
I'm fine with that.
I'd go that route, actually.
I think that would look a lot better.
It would look-
That's what I was kind of thinking. The whole wall would kind of look a little.
It would
Busy.
look a little, yes, it
Yeah.
would.
Okay, that's good.
yeah, it's
Right,
fine.
so to pick up the motion in mid motion.
Sorry about that, by the way.
So we're gonna do vertical siding on the front of the garage and the two sides below the gable. So there will be a horizontal band at the, that defines the gable.
You want the horizontal? You want the horizontal
I'm sorry,
below
above
the gable or
above
above
the
the
gable.
gable?
In the gable end, and then vertical siding on the two sides below that horizontal band and on the
In
back.
the gable.
Did you get that?
That would actually look nice.
Yeah, it would.
And then the
So
roof,
how did you want this to read in the minutes? I'm confused because I don't speak this language.
yeah.
You
So,
will. You
This
will.
is way out of my
Thank you
league.
for coming clean on that one, by the way.
I'm just doing this temporarily, so,
Yeah, you're doing
Okay.
fine.
so
okay,
there's gonna be vertical siding on the front
okay,
and in the two gable ends on the sides. Below the gable ends, divided, defined by a horizontal band, there'll be horizontal siding on the sides and on the back.
Okay. And on the back. Okay, I'm just gonna write it exactly as you say, because I don't know what it means.
Yeah, that's fine. And we'll take a look at the draft and we can tweak it.
I can't hear it. It's coming in very muffled.
All right, and then all colors are gonna match the house. There you go. Attached picture by Mike Kuchere. All All right.
3 years old. No, and then with that, I think with any of the revisions to the elevation, we'll have to resubmit for the building department so they have an exact picture. So Dwayne, if you're going to resubmit as far as like the color palette, just shoot us the elevations too, just kind of indicating where the horizontal and the verticals are, please.
And we could take a look at that administratively too. We don't have to,
Right.
as soon as they come in, because I know these people are probably in a rush to get their new garage going. I'll second that if someone didn't already second it. So we all set on that one?
Richard made the initial motion, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I'm good. Thanks for your help and
Sure.
translations.
All right, thank you, Dwayne. Next item is,
I will do that.
are you still there, Dwayne?
Don't know.
All right. Next item is 4478 Silsby.
Okay.
What about 2467 Dysart? Are we not
Do
doing
we
that
have
one?
dice?
Oh, wait,
or
I'm
no?
sorry. I'm sorry. 2467 Dysart. A lot of order here. Sorry about that.
I don't see him in the
That's-
Zoom.
That's the resubmittal, right? That's the one
That's the
that.
resubmitted edition. on
Thank
the
you.
back.
So I'll have that to the building department. Thank you.
I'll
Thank you.
mute him.
Okay, thanks, Brian.
So 2467 Dysart, are they here? No? We'll come back to that if they show up. Next item is 4478 Silsby. And I know Diane's here. I see her waiting patiently. Where'd Diane go? Did she just disappear?
She was just there.
Hung up on herself.
I think she did.
You're right, I think she did too.
She might have went to unmute herself and
Undid herself.
because I had clicked on ask to unmute and then she disappeared a minute later.
Got it. All right.
So she'll probably be right back.
Do you want to try, what's this next one? Washington?
This one's her too. It's 3630 Washington Boulevard.
Yeah, you want to jump
Like
to
we're
that?
done early.
Should have done it already, right? So which should we do? Like we have no one here. Should we just?
Well, the Zoom invite went for all day, so I'm willing to.
Was that what it said? I didn't set it up. So they did
I
that when I
know.
was on vacation. So that's why I was confused. Is this here? She's in the waiting room now. I'm going to let her in.
Okay, okay.
So we'll start off and we'll go back to the Silsby one.
Okay, there she is.
Hey, Diane. All right.
Unmute yourself.
Sorry, I lost everybody.
All right.
Okay, so we're on, we just started at 4478 Silsby. So we've got your pictures and we've got your drawing.
Right, we are proposing to build a 20 by 20 on a new foundation. The homeowner would like to go a light gray siding, which will match the shutters on the front of the house. And the dual gray to match the existing shingles on the house. We have discussed reversing the gable and a 612 pitch on this to also match the house.
So let me just clarify, this is the house, right? Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. The one with the ramp in the front?
Yeah. See the light gray shutters on the front?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to match. He will go white with your recommendation. I don't know why he's feeling a little creative here, but
Well, let's see what we got here. All right.
So he's,
And
so
I'll
you're-
redo that reverse gable for the.
Okay, so you are doing a reverse gable.
Yeah,
that's
after I've looked at the pictures, I think it's the best way aesthetically. And I'm gonna go a 6/12 pitch.
I agree with that.
Okay, and I'll submit over the changes.
What color was the garage door gonna be?
White, everything trim is white,
But the siding is gray, right?
light gray, yes.
Light gray.
Yeah. I believe what matches the shutters is called a pewter, a
Okay.
light pewter gray.
In this case, the garage is kind of the inverse colors of the house, where the house is white with the light gray shutters. The garage is gonna be light gray with the white. with the white
Right,
trim.
right. Again,
Yeah.
I recommended a white garage, and he'll do that. He's just feeling a little froggy, I think, here.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out a good way of kind of picking up the gray.
Yeah.
Well,
And I
good
don't
white
have that
with a gray
answer.
garage door.
Say what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm already putting additional cost on the 6/12 pitch. The reverse gable doesn't make any difference to me financially. You know, if I put it one way or the other, I'm still doing a 20/20, you know.
yeah. Hmm.
I guess I would prefer if the garage was white, just because we've been trying to match the garages to the
That's
houses.
kind of where I was going too, and I was trying to think of a
It was
I
like
don't have a good answer as far as getting any gray in there.
Well, I might be able to go the white doors and just do the 2-inch trim around the doors in a light gray. I can see if I can pull that off. We roll our own trim and gutters, so, you know, we have equipment to do that. I would just have to order the equipment. Then we'd have a white garage with a light gray trim and a white door.
I mean, it is far back and it's pretty well hidden, to be honest with
Yeah, yeah.
you.
I think I'd be okay with all white. I mean,
I think I'm leaning that way too.
Yeah, that was my choice. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
All right, so we're going all white. All right, and I'll submit over the changes for that roof.
Okay, so I guess we could approve with these modifications, right? So it'd be reverse gable, 12/6 roof pitch, all white siding and garage door, and
Gutters and trim, everything.
everything match.
Yeah,
Yep,
got it.
I agree.
I'll second.
Okay. So the last item is
I'm
the
sorry.
last item is 3630 Washington.
That's me.
Good thing we
Can
still
I,
have.
can I just
Oh,
clarify
good.
something first? The motion to approve is submitted with white siding, all white siding, is that what it was?
Yes,
Okay, and who made the first motion?
Mike Cato.
I guess I
Okay.
did. Yeah, Mike Cato.
Okay, thanks.
We jump around a lot. I know. It's hard to follow us.
This house is a brick house with white trim. So we're doing a white garage with a matching, it's called a redwood, I believe is the shingle. So it will match the house. Because of the forward peaks on the front of the house, we are staying with a forward peak. If you'll notice, yes, if I don't know if you have a picture of going up the driveway. If you notice, there's a little canopy. See the little canopy coming over the door? Is there a
That's it?
canopy in that one? Hold on a minute. Let me just double check my facts here.
That one?
Yeah, there's a little canopy that's coming over that door. Side door. See it?
Yeah.
Okay, so because we have the canopy at a 412, we're going to stick with the garage roof at a 412. So it will be as submitted.
This is the house right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's,
Wait a minute. You're moving around and I have glare. Yes, see the peaks on the upper floor? No, wait a minute, that's not the right house.
I didn't think so. I thought you said
No,
this
that's not the
house.
right house. The right house has 2 front peaks and
okay.
it's got red shingles on it. A red,
This
Uh,
one.
Showing?
yeah, thank you.
We both have
No,
it.
that's not it either.
This one isn't it?
No.
This
No,
one?
no. Maybe I'm
What
wrong.
the hell?
Maybe I'm wrong.
We don't have,
Oh, I am wrong. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Which
I
house
am
is
at the
it?
wrong address. Hold on, let me do this. Oh my goodness. Of course, mine doesn't have a picture. So we're gonna go with the one you say it is.
wait a minute.
It's quite-
Oh my God, I don't have a copy of my pictures here. You'll forgive me, I'm in the middle of a Corona right here. And
Something-
I'm just dying to stay in this meeting.
This is the one with the, you can actually see the address. It's not this one because this one is 3622. The address is on the picture on the,
Hold up,
Okay.
hold up the picture.
it's not that one.
It's not that one, right? So we'll put this aside. You
This
know,
says-
when we do garages, we only
That says
need-
right, so I'm gonna say that's not it. So
You know,
Yeah,
I think when we do a garage, we don't need pictures of the neighboring houses. We just need to match it to the house.
so many other cities are. Cleveland
No.
Heights is expecting them, Shaker Heights is expecting them. So when my girl gets out there and takes pictures, she's a runner. She doesn't know any better. So when she submits them, you're getting everything,
Okay.
Yeah, and the only comment, Mike, that I would say there is sometimes it's nice to see the neighbor's garage,
Yeah.
just so that you're not doing something, it might influence what you do.
Right.
I think that's Cleveland Heights is the one who originally started this on me. And that was their reasoning behind it. They were also trying to keep some aesthetics to the community, so.
Right.
Anyway, so did we determine the right house?
We know what one it isn't.
I'm Googling it real quick.
What's the address?
3
36.
University Boulevard. Okay.
it's not this one because that says 44.
Oh my
That says
God, I'm so
4474, so that's not it.
sorry. No,
It's a process of elimination here.
I'm so sorry. And I'm trying to Google it so I can see, so.
This isn't
Google.
working either.
Oh, my goodness.
Damn it.
What is this doing? Oh, I apologize so bad. 3630 Washington.
Which did we say which one it is?
No, we're still working on it, I think.
Oh, it's the one with the Tudor front.
That's what we thought.
That's the white one, the one with the Tudor front.
This
So
one?
we are going white with the
Oh,
redwood.
Diane, which house is it?
Which
Is
one
this-
is it?
Not, no, the other one.
That one.
Yeah.
Brick?
That's it.
This one.
Yes, yes,
Good.
Michael, you have it.
It
Dude.
sounded like, your description sounded like this, because you said multiple peaks and you said like a reddish brown roof, so I figured this was it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's it.
All right. This is a story you're sticking to, right?
Michael Calto has it. Am I
Oh,
pronouncing your
all
name right?
It's
Cato?
Cato.
There
Cato.
you go.
All
That's the right
all
one. Oh
Okay.
my God.
That's what I thought it was. And you know, you do have more pictures of this one too. This is going up the driveway.
That's what I
Right,
thought.
right.
Yeah.
You have a picture of the backyard.
Right.
There was this picture. It just seemed like it had more detail with these pictures. Like it looked more
Yeah.
in depth. So I assumed
Okay.
it was that one.
Oh, she was talking about shed roof off the side garage. I'm like, what?
Well,
I don't see it.
I was thinking I thought you were talking about that little swoop of the roof.
No,
down.
no, I was looking at the wrong picture. Believe
Okay.
me, Corona will kick your butt.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in my fourth day of it and I feel like,
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Thank
I
you.
heard it like screws up your memory.
yeah, it screws up everything.
Keep that stuff to yourself there, Diane.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. Where are we? I
so
forgot
going
where we
back-
left
going
off.
back to this.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
So maybe just repeat what you were gonna do. So you said you were gonna do white side.
We're doing a white garage and we're matching the roof.
We're matching the roof. We're keeping the gable facing the street. because of
Right.
peaks.
Right.
And is this a 612 or an 612 or 412?
Well, I sold it as a 412, but I'm gonna rely on your judgment.
I feel like it should be taller because we've got these steep pitches on the front.
Okay.
That's kind of where I was going with that too. Yeah.
Okay, so you wanna do a 612?
Yeah.
Okay,
What would be, I mean, I'm not forcing you into it, but it would be great if someone did like a Tudor fronted garage that kind of picked up on the Tudor, detail.
that wouldn't be a bad idea.
That's kind of
That
where I was
really
going
would
to
not
go
be a
with
bad
that.
It's
idea.
actually, it's a really pretty house. I mean, it would really kind of just
And it
tie
is,
that.
and to make that look Tudor would not be difficult.
It just has
Or
to be
maybe
on the
even to
front.
put a garage door on it would
Yes.
bring the Tudor into it,
Yes. I would talk to the owner about that. I would do Tudor
Yeah.
in the front and,
Yeah.
a carriage.
Well, we actually have a carriage kit we will offer them free. So,
Yeah, Mike, I was kind of going with that one too. I like that. The sides and the back could be the horizontal siding, but if you at least do the front pieces with that Tudor look.
Yeah, I think it'll look nice.
okay,
and
I
just
will,
match the
I
house.
will email you back on what the homeowner's final decision is with that.
Yeah.
Not being able to speak to him personally right
Sure,
now,
I
it's,
understand.
okay.
So I guess that would be, I'd have the same comment. So.
Oh, this is on Washington. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I do a motion to approve.
Hey, you can't do that.
So we'll make a motion to approve.
Now that I
We're
know
lucky
what
you got the
house
right
it
house.
is, now that I know what house it is, I'm gonna motion to approve it.
So we'll make a motion to approve with the gable facing the street with a 12-6 roof pitch. Right now the shingles are gonna match the existing house. The garage is gonna be white. With the strong suggestion that the front facade of the garage becomes sort of a Tudor design to match the front
Perfect.
of the house.
Perfect.
With a carriage style garage door with the hardware.
Okay,
And then just
okay,
resubmit
perfect.
and just resubmit updated drawings, please.
Yeah. applicant-
Yes, I will on both of them. I'll do that today.
Okay.
Again, we could look
And
at that.
welcome to the new girl.
I'm just temporary.
Okay. So don't get as used to you as I was the other two girls for 30 years.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Well,
so
I'm glad
that
they
was-
both got to retire. It seemed like
Yeah.
they did everything together anyway.
Yeah, so
Amazing.
this is motion to approve with the, with the stipulation that the gable facing the street with the 5-6 roof pitch, is that what it was?
12 dash.
12 dash
12
6.
6.
12 dash?
6, yes.
Okay,
12
okay, and within a strong
What are you guys
suggestion.
drinking over there?
I don't
Eggnog?
know what these
Nothing
words mean,
yet.
so, okay, so strong suggestion that the front of the garage is Tudor.
Yes.
There you go.
With the carriage style garage door and resubmit updated plans.
Yes.
Can you
Okay,
put some in here?
Yes.
You got the
Well,
bid,
thank you,
you say what
Diane,
you
for hanging in there, and I hope you feel
Oh,
better.
I'm so sorry for the confusion.
who
Right
seconded
now,
that motion?
I can't even, I'm in a
Richard.
fog. This is kicking my butt.
Rachel,
We
I'll
hope you
second.
feel better.
All right,
Hope
bye.
you feel better.
Thank you,
happy
bye.
holidays, Diane.
Thank you. Who seconded that motion?
I can
Richard
Richard
did.
Richard did, okay. Whew,
So the
I'm
only
gonna
one.
have to look up and see what a gable is, because I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
It's the peak of a roof,
it's the triangle end.
Okay, I'm,
like this. Like a gable is the roof peak that you see facing.
oh,
the street.
okay,
So whenever you see like a roof like that facing the street, that's a gable.
gotcha.
You're gonna learn. You're not gonna want to leave us.
Yeah, it's not that, it's the whole organizational part of the meeting, because I don't work in the building department, so
Yeah.
all that stuff, it's, hard.
I
I'm gonna stop the
understand.
recording right now. Hold on.
So
So
we're not gonna. So we won't do that last one because they're not here, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just
Okay.
we're recording the meeting, so I'm just gonna stop that recording.
Should we hold on to this at all, or should we return this back to the building department as well? This is the one guy that didn't show up.
Dysart one.
Actually, did he do all
I'd
the stuff that we
imagine
suggested?
you could either hold on to it or next month, just hold on to it for next month. If not, drop it at the building and they
We're
can
gonna
put it in the
have-
file.
We'll have another meeting in a couple of weeks. The
Yeah.
regular scheduled meeting. I don't.
Other-
He may have missed because of the rescheduling. That's possible.
I'm just
No,
gonna-
I did hear from him. Wasn't he the one that had, was there last month for
He
the
was here
same?
last month, and we had a bunch of comments for him. He was building a second floor on top of an existing first floor. And it looks
Yeah.
like he's done some different things. He's drawn some things on here. I can't exactly tell what he did.
I can't either.
Be nice
And I
to-
thought, yeah, he was supposed to do like
He
the
did show up at
materials too,
one
right?
point.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess we'll just review it next time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should just drop it with the packet and then they can just, reprocess it with a new
Okay.
agenda.
I'll put it back in the packet, yeah. So Rachel, I will drop this stuff off this morning. I'll just stick it in. Do you want me to bring it inside or do you want me just to stick it in the mail?
You can just stick it in that thing. You just
Okay,
press
okay,
the button when you do it.
Okay.
I'll just be running around crazy lady because we're getting boxed lunches for the service department today for our holiday luncheon for them.
Oh, okay.
I will stick this in there and with the signed meeting minutes, and then again, we could see this guy next time when we meet in January.
Before we go, Rachel, I sent something to Mike and Richard as far as a photograph. There's a deck that was installed on the front of the house at the corner of Edgerton and Meadowbrook up on the hill. That I know we didn't see, and I know we typically don't do decks in the front yard. I'm just wondering, and maybe you don't know, only because you're not a part of the building department. I mean, did that get a permit? Did these guys just kind of go ahead and just install this thing as is?
Do you have an address? Do you have an address on it? Because we could take a. I'm not familiar with it at all.
Hang on a second. Let me see if I can zoom in on this one.
Yeah, it's it
Oh,
was
here it
built
is.
on the front of a house, and I know we usually don't allow decks on the front of a house.
It's
Oh, that's
37,
fine.
3765.
Which street is it facing?
It's facing Meadowbrook.
Okay, and is this at 3765 Meadowbrook?
Correct. It's up on the hill. They took down some trees. I mean, it's right there at the stop sign. You just look up the hill. It's right there.
Okay, we'll take a look at that and figure it out and tell you what's going on there.
Okay. Because
Because
I don't know
I'm
if-
not familiar. I haven't inspected anything over there.
No, that's fine. Like I said, I don't know if that's somebody's renovating it to flip, if it's owner occupied, if it's rented. I don't know.
Hey, Mike, was there a deck there or a patio before? Wasn't that sliding glass door always on that house?
I don't remember. That's part of it. I mean, there was so much landscaping, trees and whatnot that they removed. So
At the very least, even if there was, they should have, if they were rebuilding it, they just should have taken a permit. So we'll
Yeah,
take a
they should.
look and see
Yeah.
where it goes. 'Cause
Okay.
I mean, I've never been over there and take a look up on the hill, so.
all right.
Okay.
I gotta vote, guys.
Okay, we'll see you guys.
You guys
later.
have a good holiday.
Have a
Take
good
care.
holiday,
Bye,
everybody. Stay
Rachel.
safe.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Rachel, for
Bye-bye.
keeping up
Thank you.
with
I'll get you the
Thank
minutes.
you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right.
Happy
Have a good
holiday.
day, guys.